Good afternoon, class 9. I will start today in details the direct combination of synthesis reaction. Synthesis. What I have told you that in direct combination one element A reacts with another element B and will get a combination product AB. So here when one element carbon reacts with another element oxygen, we will get carbon monoxide. Now whenever with carbon monoxide oxygen is added, oxygen is reacting with carbon monoxide, then what do we get? Then what is happening? The two one is element, oxygen is element, it is combining with one compound carbon monoxide. So it is the combination between one element and a compound. We will get carbon dioxide. So 2CO, 2CO2, 4, 2 plus 2, 4, 2. And then what will happen when carbon dioxide and water reacts together? CO2 is a compound and water is also a compound. So here combination reaction is taking place between two compounds. First one is between two elements. Second one is between one element and a compound. Third one is between two compounds. We'll get H2CO3, carbonic acid, H2CO3. So combination reactions are of three types: reaction between two elements, reaction between one element and a compound, and the reaction between two elements. Thus other types of combination reactions are also there, like when the non-metals reacts with another non-metal or oxygen, and when the metals reacting with oxygen. So oxidation of non-metals and metals, oxidation of non-metals, oxidation of non-metals, like sulfur reacting with oxygen give us sulfur dioxide, carbon reacting with oxygen gives us carbon monoxide, like those. A phosphorus reacting with oxygen gives us phosphorus plus oxygen gives us phosphoric acid, phosphorus pentoxide. We will get phosphorus pentoxide, P2O5, 4P5O2 gives us phosphorus pentoxide. So non-metals when react with oxygen, these types are also combination reaction. We will get sulfur dioxide from sulfur. Oxidation of carbon will give us carbon monoxide. Oxidation of phosphorus will give us phosphorus pentoxide. So always remember, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Those are acidic oxides. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, because when we dissolve these oxides into water, we get acids. Like when sulfur dioxide is dissolved into water, when sulfur dioxide dissolved into water, we'll get sulfur dioxide. SO2 plus H2O gives us H2SO3. H2SO3 is an acid and is an acid. Carbon dioxide, CO2, when dissolved into water, will get H2CO3 like this. So these non-metallic oxides are all acidic oxides.
What?
Now, what happens in case of metallic oxides? How will get the metallic oxide? When any metal reacts with oxygen, will get metallic oxide. From sodium, sodium oxide, potassium, potassium oxide, etc. Like sodium, when reacts with oxygen, will get Na2O. 4Na plus O2, 2Na2O. Then potassium, same way 4 potassium atoms will react with oxygen to give us K2O. Like this. These all, this type of magnesium reacts with oxygen, gives us MgO. Metallic oxides are alkaline in nature. Alkaline in nature. So whenever these metallic oxides are dissolved into water, what do we get? Na2O plus H2O gives us 2. Dissolved into water. Na2 is one metallic oxide. What I have told you that they are alkaline in nature. How will we prove it? That when metallic oxide Na2O dissolved into water, will get one alkali NaOH. K2O when dissolved into water will get KOH, one alkali. Then MgO dissolved into water will get MgOH whole 2, alkali. Now these are all these type of reactions are combination reactions. Examples of combination reaction. By combination reaction, direct combination reaction or synthesis, some of the salt are also prepared. These are alkalis and acids. Examples of alkalis and acids, like those, some salts can also be prepared by synthesis reaction. Like metal Fe when reacts with chlorine will get FeCl3, ferrichloride, which is one salt. Then iron plus sulfur combines together to give us FeS, salt. And then aluminium reacts with chlorine to give us aluminium chloride, LCl3. Like this. These are all salts. Prepared, how they are prepared? By combination reactions. Water can be prepared by this combination reaction when in the mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, electricity is passed through it, will get water molecule from hydrogen and oxygen. Then ammonia gas can also be prepared from nitrogen and hydrogen by direct combination reaction, gives us to ammonia. Other gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, I have told you earlier also, and hydrogen chloride gas can also be prepared by direct combination reaction like H2 plus Cl2 gives us in presence of sunlight. Sunlight will get 2HCl. When ammonia reacts with hydrochloric acid by combination reaction will get ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. When magnesium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide, we'll get magnesium carbonate. This is also a combination product. And when calcium oxide reacts with carbon dioxide, we get calcium carbonate. So all these things can be prepared by combination reaction or synthesis reaction. Magnesium plus nitrogen gives us Mg3N2, magnesium nitride. Then aluminium and nitrogen gives us aluminium nitride. Calcium plus nitrogen gives us calcium nitride. Ca3N2. So all these products can be prepared by combination reaction. Now I am coming to decomposition reaction. What is decomposition reaction, students? I have earlier explained that decomposition reaction in decomposition reaction, what is happening? A compound AB by any energy, heat, light, electricity, etc. will be broken down into A plus B. By decomposition reaction, AB compound is broken down into A plus B. So examples of this type of reaction is HGO. Mercuric oxide will be decomposed into mercury and oxygen. Then potassium nitrate KNO3 will be decomposed into 2KNO2 plus O2. Heat. This is the sign for this triangular sign is for heat. And then the compound also composes to give two new compound. One compound decomposes to give two new products. Like mercuric oxide is broken down into mercury and oxygen. Again they have given the examples of potassium nitrate is decomposed into potassium nitride and oxygen. Other examples I will give for decomposition reaction. Like hydroxides of potassium, sodium, calcium, copper, etc. gives us, after decomposition they will give us metallic oxide and water. Any hydroxide of potassium, sodium, calcium and copper, like CuOH whole 2, copper hydroxide, when it will decompose, will get calcium oxide and water. Iron oxide, ferric hydroxide decomposes to give us ferric oxide plus water. Then carbonates will also decompose. Carbonates of potassium, sodium, calcium and copper give us metallic oxide and carbon dioxide. Like calcium carbonate decomposes to give us, by heat decomposes to give us calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Copper carbonate decomposes to give us by heat. These triangular signs are for heat. Calcium carbonate decomposes to give us calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Mercury carbonate, mercury, silver, etc. metals will give carbon dioxide and oxygen. Those cases, as they are stable metallic carbonates, they will give only the metal carbon dioxide and oxygen, like mercuric carbonate HgCO3 gives us, after decomposition, gives us mercury plus carbon dioxide plus oxygen. Metal, carbon dioxide, oxygen. Then for nitrates, potassium, sodium and nitrates will decompose to give us nitrite and oxygen, like potassium nitrate KNO3 when decomposed by heating will get potassium nitrate to potassium nitrite plus oxygen. Then for calcium and copper nitrates, calcium and copper nitrates when decomposed, they will give metallic oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. In case of calcium and copper, calcium nitrate when decomposed will get calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Nitrogen dioxide, 4 nitrogen dioxide and oxygen in case of copper and calcium. And in case of mercury, silver, etc. nitrates, silver nitrate when decomposed will give us silver, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Silver nitrate AgNO3, 2AgNO3, gives us, by heating, gives us silver nitrogen dioxide, silver plus 2NO2 plus O2. So here we are getting silver, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. So here in this case, for learning all these reactions, we have to jot down, you have to jot down these reactions for in case of oxides, in case of hydroxides, then carbonates and then nitrates. And we have to go through the metal activity series in this case. What is the metal activity series? You have learnt it earlier also. In class 8 book you have got it. The metal activity series, when metals are arranged according to their activity, like potassium, hydrogen, then copper, mercury, silver, platinum, gold. Platinum and gold. I have told you rhymes by which, like के का ना जानी लोहा नीले सोना पावे, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, platinum and gold. Like this, whenever we will go downwards from top to bottom, the reactivity of the metals decreases. Reactivity decreases when we go top to bottom. This is the metal reactivity series. Metal reactivity series. You have to learn it. So, potassium, calcium, sodium, these metals are very reactive. Zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, these are moderately reactive metals. And after hydrogen, the metals like copper, mercury, silver, platinum, gold, these metals are very less reactive. They will not easily decompose or not easily combine to give us oxides or hydroxides, etc. They are known as, these metals are known as noble metals. So potassium, calcium, sodium, these metals are highly reactive metals. Then zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, etc. Here also magnesium coming, magnesium, aluminium. Here also magnesium, aluminium. So all these metals starting from zinc, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, etc. are moderately reactive. Then from copper to gold, very less reactive, or noble metals. So children, here a little bit correction over here. Please enter these two elements, magnesium and aluminium. Magnesium, aluminium. So this is all for this class, this lesson, students. But thank you very much. I will come again to teach you another question from the reaction chapter.